Doing the tickets for Shemus Haas.
Menachem Mato. I'll announce it in the middle.
I do hope that goes to be company and then we'll know.
The question is, I want to try to get my son to come.
All right, Rabbi Yisai, today's Daf Yud Gimel.
No, we're not.
Daf Yud Gimel, we're by the Mishnah on Daf Yud Beis, or with Beis on the bottom.
Near the bottom.
Zok the Mishnah. So we discussed until now, if a person eats 2 chatzi zeisim, he brings 1 carbon for 2 half zeisim. But what's the shir achila for those 2 half zeisim? Could he eat it 1 half kazais today, and the next half kazais next month? There's a shir. It has to be within a certain period of time. It's not 5 minutes yet. Kama yisha ba'achlim ki ilu oichel kloyos. Divri Meir. Meir says that you have to pretend that you're eating grain 1 by 1, as long as it takes to eat a kazayis of grain. It's not just grain, it's kloyos, means it's roasted grain, like kernels, 1 by 1, whatever that shear is. V'achachom memorim at sheyisha mitchila v'atzoiv kedei achilas pras. 5 minutes. No hours of 5 minutes. All right. Achilas pras. So yesterday, Baruch Hashem, I had bizyonis. I'm the one that lives on the fear of bizyonis. Why? Because I misspoke in the 8-minute daf, and Baruch Hashem, I caught it this morning, but in the Hebrew I didn't, in the English I did. Pras. What does the word pras mean? This is my mistake. Pras means half. Over here, I wrote chatzi pras. Pras is half. It is not chatzi pras. Chatzi pras would mean a quarter. So that's a big boo-boo. That's why it's in parentheses. Akoponim. Chatzi pras. What? Chatzi equals pras. You're right. Yeah, they do go together. But we're talking about pras. Pras means half. A half of a loaf of bread. Right.
But we always say chatzi pras.
Right, that's a different shear. Yes, chatzi pras is half of a half, which is a quarter. Because the main shear is a chatzi pras. It's a pras. Pras means half. So that's why I misspoke. No, it's very wrong. Here, a loaf of bread equals 8 eggs, 8 beitzim. So a pras, which is a half a loaf of bread, here, a half a loaf of bread is 4. It's just a sheer. No, that's how Chacham call it.
Half a pras is half. It doesn't make sense.
Because when you eat a meal, you eat a loaf of bread, and half of that, half a loaf. Right. It does say. That's what it says.
Where do we find chatzi pras?
No, not in the Torah. The Gemara, you mean?
We always find the concept of chatzi pras.
We're going to have it today. We're going to have it. We're going to have that today. It's a little confusing. Pras just means half. How much is half? 4 eggs worth. So however long it takes you to eat 4 eggs worth of whatever food you're eating in l'chayra, that's the shear. So if we're talking about this part is talking about machalas asuris like nevela, chelev. So however long it takes you, some say 4 eggs worth of bread, some say 4 eggs worth of chelev and nevela. However long that takes, you see the clock. Let's say it takes 2 minutes, 2 to 9 minutes, I think. That's the halachic shear today. So let's say 2 minutes. 2 minutes, boom. That's what it is. Chachamim. So that's Chachamim. And what does Rameir say? He says as long as it takes you to eat kloyos. Because which one is worse? Which one is longer and shorter? The Gemara is going to discuss. Ochal acholim tmeim. Now we're talking about making oneself tamei. Now you can't really make yourself tamei in order to give over tumah by eating something that's tamei. But there is something called a psul gvia. Rashi brings down that the person that eats this tamei food, it's also for him to eat truma, for truma only. So achal acholim tmeim, and if he ate non tahar food, he ate tamei food. Vishos and mashkim tmeim, is that also not really? He just can't eat truma. So that is the chatzi pras. This is the shear of chatzi pras, which is a half of a half a loaf of bread. A pras is a half a loaf of bread, so chatzi pras is half of that. It's a quarter loaf of bread. In other words, 2 eggs.
So, but
B'shasa mashkim tmeim.
he's not allowed. He
In order to make his body tamei, that he can't, that if he touches truma, it's no good. This is the shear. B'shasa mashkim tmeim. Shasa revius yayin v'nichnas la'migdash. So in order to be over and going into the Beis HaMikdash, you have to drink a revius of wine. As the Gemara is going to say, if a kohen drinks a revius wine, goes into the Beis HaMikdash and performs the avodah, he's chayiv misa. How much revius? V'shah kedei achilas pras. The Gemara explains this to mean not that he waited around, but he drank it within achilas pras chayiv. Rabbi Elazar Omer in pasuk bo. If a person drank a revius wine, but it wasn't continuous, he kept on sipping and taking breaks, or if the revius of wine had 1 drop of water, potur. Reuben, I got to show you something. This chart that I made had a boo-boo in it. I have this morning. You realize? Okay, good. Yeah, we have to delete the 8 minutes.
Nothing wrong with it.
No, chas v'shalom. Don't delete it. It's
You have to delete
Al
it.
Tivieru Lo Yedei B'Zayin. Not everybody knows what this means. I live it every day. Al Tivieru Lo Yedei B'Zayin. This is what it is. Okay, fine, I'll get over it. Yiboilu. Rabbi Meir l'chumra ka'omar or l'kula ka'omar. So let me just show you real quickly in a visual what this means. If Rabbi Meir says that I eat a kloyos, it takes me all day long to eat kernels from a bowl, is that a chumrah or a kula? So it's actually a chumrah. Why is it a chumrah? Because he's saying that I'm chayiv a karba no matter how long it takes me to eat.
That's a long
If it takes me all day long to eat, I'm still chayiv a karba. So that would be a chumrah. From here to here would be a chumrah. And Chachamim say ad the pras. Ad would mean I stop it up until a pras. No. If it took you to eat a kazayis all day long, according to Chacham Yipater, that's a kula. Based, Rameir says it's a chumrah, Chacham says it's a kula. Or, here's the other way to look at it. Nobody's arguing how long it is. It's the time of a pras. A pras is of half a loaf of bread, let's call it 5 minutes, just to, because it's between 2 minutes and 9 minutes. So 5 minutes is a chatzi pras, is a pras, not chatzi, pras. However, Meir says that you have to eat it continuously, like you eat kernels. How do you eat kernels? One after another after another. So now he's makel. In the pras, he's makel. He said, you ate a kazayis within 5 minutes, but you took breaks. You potted from a carbon, so that's cooler that you don't have to bring a carbon. And Chacham say, I don't care. If you ate it within 5 minutes, you can take as many breaks as you want. You're chayav a carbon, that would be a chumrah. So on the one hand, you could understand Rameir to be a chumrah. On the other hand, he could be a kula. And the Gemara is going to say that he's a chumrah. That he means to say he goes all day long and you still chayav a carbon. Says the Gemara inside. Iboilu. What do I mean by chumrah? As if he's eating these kernels. Even though the shear is much longer than 5 minutes, it's all day long. Since it's one long eating, I'm chayav a carbon, and that's a chumrah. Only up until achilas pras. You only have 5 minutes. But if it took you to eat a kazayas more than 5 minutes, you're potter. Perhaps Rameir was makel. There's one shear. Everybody holds it's 5 minutes. But within the 5 minutes, what did he do? Rameir says, on condition that he made 0 hefsekim. He ate it, almost like Rebbe Elazar says in the Mishnah, they have to drink a revius of wine in one shot. No breaks. But if he made a hefsek between the kernel, between his achila, even though it was within 5 minutes, but he made a break in those 5 minutes, potter. Why? Because it has to be continuous. And memela, that is a big kula, because now I ate a kazayis of nevela, and I don't have to bring a carbon, even though I ate it within 5 minutes. I ate a half a kazayis here, a half a kazayis there, and I made a break in between. I read an article in somewhere that itself makes me potter from a carbon, big kula. But Chacham say no. I don't care how many breaks you take in between. If you eat a half a kazayis here, and a half a kazayis there, all within the 5-minute period of achilas pras, yechayv a carbon. Tashma, let's prove it. V'chacham moimrim, at sheyishu b'chdei achilas pras mitchila v'atzoif, I amris b'shloimer meir l'chumra, hainik toni at sheyishu, ad shehiyah delay k'dei achilas pras. So now basically the Gemara is going into just the lashon. What does ad mean? If Remeir says it goes all day long, and Chacham say ad pras, so Chachamim are stopping it. They're saying not the whole day, but it's ad a pras. If Chachamim, so that means the Chacham are a mekel. The Chacham are a mekel. Chacham say no, you don't have all day, you only have until a pras. But if they meant to say a chumrah, then they should have used a different lashon, not ad. They should have said, what does the Gemara say? Im. Yeah, there's like remember the Tony ad the shia delay kedei achilas pras. Elo yamers remember lekula v'chachamim im shame barley. Not ad. If he waited that long, elav shmamino remember lechumra shmamino. So fine. So Meir says it's all day long. He's not masking that it's the shir is kedei achilas pras. It's all day long if it's continuous. Omer Avnoi, Omer Shmuel. So now Rav Noi comes along with a very mechudesh dika halacha, and the Gemara is doicha him. B'chalovim u'benevelo ad sheyisho mitchila v'atzoiv b'chdei achilas pras. Right now, we're not going to make sense of this yet. Acholim tmeim shkotzim v'rmosim. We have to take out shkotzim v'rmosim. U'mashim afilu kol hayom kuloi b'chdei achilas pras. Maiko Omar, what is he talking about? Omar apalpachik Omar. Afilu kol hayom kuloi v'hu she'ochal kezayis b'chdei achilas pras. Comes Rav Noi and says, if a person eats a kazayis, what do we have here? We have his achila. We have a pras. You break it down, you take the pras, you break it down to kazayisim. If he eats a kazayis, but every time he eats a kazayis, it's within achilas pras, every kazayis of this pras is within the allotted time of 5 minutes. He eats a kazayis within 5 minutes. Then he takes a break and he eats another kazayis within 5 minutes. And he keeps on doing that all day long. That's considered one achila.
Unless he forgets between.
Afilu kol hayom kuloi v'hu she'ochal kazayis b'chdei achilas pras. As long as he eats a kazayis, every time he eats a kazayis, it has to be b'chdei achilas pras. Until now we were like Remeir saying, you're eating kernels. One kernel, another kernel. It's not necessarily that he's eating a kazayis within 5 minutes. He's just eating continuously little pieces of wheat. Maybe it's not a kazayis. Over here he's saying it has to be a kazayis within achilas pras. Every 5 minutes, that every time he eats, he has to finish the kazayis within 5 minutes. But then he can break it down all day long.
In order to what?
In order to be mitzaref the whole shir of one achila, the whole day is one achila. The time of achila is all day, as long as he eats a kazayis. Every time he eats, he should eat a kazayis within achilas pras.
One time, then it's finished.
No, he has. We're talking about a whole pras. He's trying to get to a pras here.
Why?
He's eating it. That's how I understood. He's eating a pras, broken down to kazaysim.
For what purpose?
To consider the whole day one achila.
How many kazaysim are in a pras?
To connect the
I think it's 12. No, we said no. We said sorry. We said a half a pras is 4. So how many kazaysim? Of 4 kibbetzim, and I think every beitza is 2 zaysim, 2 or 4 zaysim.
So it's 8
A half a
eatings?
frost
A whole
exceeds 4
bracket is
kazayis,
9
it says.
dried figs, and the dried fig is somewhat larger than
Yes.
the olive, so half a press is like 4 or 5 kazayis.
So it's like a lot of.
How many?
A half
4
a
or
frost
5
exceeds.
A pras is only 4 or 5 kazaysim.
Half a
Bigger than
9
4.
figs.
Not stop with your half.
He said it. That's what I'm telling you. Everyone says.
You said a half a pras or a pras?
9 dried figs.
Mhm.
There's a
benching,
press.
having
So
a
half the
benching
press
at the end of the day.
is 4.5
That's not.
figs.
Because they're
Yeah.
larger than olives.
Bates is larger than
Bottom line, how much is a pras? How many kazaysim is a pras?
It'll work out about 5.
You can reduce numbers from.
No, 10.
10.
I'm not coming in with any numbers. I'm just telling you what it says.
Wait a minute. No, it should be about 8. No, either two zaysim per egg. A pras is 4 eggs, so I think it's 2 zaysim per egg. It should be 8, not
No
10.
such thing as half a pras.
No, I didn't say that. There is.
You said half.
No, no,
pras
no.
is half.
Pras is half, and then there's a half of a pras,
Well,
which is a quarter. And that's what we had in the Mishnah.
Chart, it didn't fit at the
there's no
time.
such word.
No, because when I said that the
pras.
first thing, the pras, the first thing in the Mishnah was off. I was off on the first thing. Okay, anyways. Meisvei. The Gemara is
He's
doichem.
saying a kula there. Is he saying even if you eat 5 zaysim over a period of the day, you still only have one because it's one achila? Is that what he's saying?
You're asking about the half a zayis? How do we get to?
He's asking about why you need so many pras.
Yeah. Why are we trying to get a half a pras? What's our goal over here?
Let's see the next thing. Let's see the next thing. Maybe we'll understand better.
Is he that guy?
No, he's not the guy. Meisvei, fakert. He's trying to. Oh, maybe he's the guy.
that guy.
Meisvei. Kol acholim mitztarfim lifsol agvio bechatzi pras. So the Gemara brings a raya mefureshes against Rav Noi. It says mefurish that what? The gvia is bechatzi pras. So maybe we're talking about this here. In order to become puzzle, that your body's puzzle for truma, it's a half a pras. You see, mefurish, there is a shear called half a pras, which is a quarter loaf of bread. Two gezeis. My love, the achli lechatzi pras, bichdei achilas pras. That this quarter of a bread, he ate it in a time that it takes to eat a half a bread. In a time, whatever, 5 minutes. So maybe that's what he's talking about. In order to make a psul gvia, that you have to get to a half a pras. Loi, the achol kezayis b'rdei achilas pras. No, so over there you could also be doichik and say that it goes according to Rav Noi that he's eating a kezayis at a time. Let's say 8 kezayis needs to do to eat a half a pras. The 8 kezayis took him a whole day, but every time he ate a kezayis, the kezayis was within 5 minutes. Yeah, I could break down a kezayis and I could eat it one crumb at a time. And it could take me 10 minutes. But if I do that, then that's not a achila. If I eat the kezayis within my 5 minute achilas pras time, then it's a full kezayis. Now I waited an hour and I ate another kezayis. And over a period of 8 hours, I ate 8 kezayisim. Now I'm tamei. Now my body is tamei. After I eat 8 kezayisim, let's say 8 kezayisim is a pras. I have to eat 8 kezayisim. How do I eat these 8 kezayisim? I can't eat crumb by crumb by crumb and go out the whole day. I must eat a kezayis at a time within a pras. So in the morning, within 5 minutes, I eat it real quickly. So I got my kezayis. Then I look at the clock. I want to be a rush. It's that guy. Fine. At 9 o'clock, I eat another kezayis within 5 minutes. At 10 o'clock, until I get to 8 kezayisim. When I get to 8 kezayisim, now my body is tummy for truma. I have a psul gvia.
It's still too long.
Rav Noi says not too long. However, now we're going to prove not like Rav Noi. Now it says Meisvei. This is the mefurish brayz. Kol ha'achlam mitztarfin lifsol es hagvio bekchatzi pras b'chdei achilas pras. Foods combined together to make a chatzi pras, which is a quarter of a bread. Ketzad ochal v'chozar v'ochal. He kept on eating. If this from the first time I started eating until I finished eating, kidei achilas pras, mitztarfim. If we stop right over here, Rabbi Isai, we have the pircha on Rav Noi. Because it says over here that all you have is from the beginning of the first achila to the end of your last achila, a kidei achilas pras. All that has to be done within 5 minutes. I don't have all day long. And Rav Noi says I can do it all day long as I eat a kezayis at a time. Now, the Brisa continues with different halachas, another few halachas, which are very interesting halachas, nothing to do with our sugya, but the Gemara goes into them. Let's say this guy is eating a kezayis or a chatzi pras. Call it a chatzi pras. Chatzi pras, we said, is 2 eggs. So he ate 1 egg in the morning, and then he's going to eat another egg in the afternoon, and he's going to become tamei. He's not allowed to go to the mikvah in between. It's very interesting. What happens if he goes to the mikvah in between? He's half tamei because he ate 1 egg. He only becomes tamei psul gvia if he eats 2 eggs. So if he ate 1 egg and he went to the mikvah, what happens to his body? Nothing, because he's not tamei. You can't get rid of a half a tumah. It's a nice chiddush. in order to get rid of tumah, you have to eat both eggs. Now he's tummy, now you go to the mikvah. But what happens if he goes to the mikvah? He's a tzaddik, he wants to go to the mikvah. Says the Gemara, you shouldn't go to the mikvah. He's not allowed to go to the mikvah. Why?
Is this like a halamachos?
No halamelchos.
What does it do?
It doesn't do anything going to the mikvah, but there's a chashash. The Gemara is just going to say there's a chashash that he might think that mikvah works. If he ate one egg in the morning, he went into the mikvah and it didn't accomplish anything, and then he ate the other egg. Mitzdarif, he's still tamei because he ate 2 eggs that day, and he's tamei. Another halach. The Gemara is going to explain what it means. They allow a pregnant woman. We call it today shiurim, right? A woman on Yom Kippur, we're familiar with it. She eats shiurim. Some say it comes from this sugya over here, that they allow a woman who's pregnant to eat less than a shir, b'pnei sakana, and she doesn't become tamei. She's not metama this psul gvia. Kol hamashkim mitztarfim. The Gemara is going to speak about more. Kol hamashkim mitztarfim lifsol tzak gvia b'revius b'chdei achilas pras. All liquids are mitztarif. If you drink a revius of them, b'chdei achilas pras. Keitzad shasa v'chaza v'shasa. If you drink different drinks, all within 5 minutes, im yesh mitchilas shtiya rishona, v'atzoi shtiya achronik. Achilas pras, same thing as bread, same thing as food. You have one achilas pras, 5 minutes to drink it all. Mitzdarfen. Yosef Mekanei mitzdarfen. Hitiru, another halacha. Hitiru lo lemagat mei meis lahanig bina. If a woman touched a person who touched a dead person, she didn't touch the dead person. She only touched the avatuma person, which makes her a rishon. She becomes a rishon. Now, what happens if she nurses her kid? A beautiful sugya of the kid does not become anything. Ubenatar, the Gemara is going to explain. Now the Gemara goes back to the raya. What?
Someone else who touches her becomes a sheni though?
She's a rishon. No. The most she could do is be metama food. Maybe. Let's see. So Al Kaparim it says Mufurish in the Braisa that all you have is achilas pras, you don't have all day. So Rav Noi is mufrach to Yufta. Omar Mar. Let's go into these halachas. If somebody ate a half a shear of tumah, he's not allowed to go into the mikvah. Maika Omar, Omar Rav Yudah, Chika Omar, Ocha pachas mikashir, letir loy leired v'litpal, shim yora v'tova v'ola v'shlimoy mitzdaref, because if he went into the mikvah, nothing happened. Because if he eats his other half a shear, now it's mitzaref to the first shear he ate before he went to the mikvah and he becomes tamei. But he is going to think in his head that the tefillah worked. If a tefillah works, if I touch a sheretz and I go into the mikvah, it works. So if I touch a half a sheretz and I go to the mikvah, it for sure work. No, it doesn't work. Mikvah only works if you're fully tamei, not if you're half tamei. Another halacha.
So it doesn't get rid of the half.
Rabbi Isai, Menachem Mat is organizing a field trip to the Sima Shas. Very, very recommended. It's very inspiring. In Yerushalayim. It's who's organizing it? Yonadav is organizing it. We could get discounted prices if everybody goes together. A bunch of people already expressed interest. If you're interested in tickets, then speak to Menachem Mata, text him. It's I think maximum about 70 shekel a ticket. And we're all going to sit together. It's going to be a Gishmak thing. Besides, those are going to America for the Sima Shas. What?
This is the English one.
It's in English.
Yeah.
This is the English one.
It's the English film by Kereisos.
2 English ones.
Binyanei Omar.
Probably have an English
On
one.
January 1st.
It's a week early though, isn't it?
It's 70 shekel if we order the tickets beginning of next week.
Oh, it's 70. That's the discounted price, 70 shekel?
At the moment.
I read it wrong.
It's a lot less than MetLife in New York. If you're worried about the fetus dying, let her eat as much as she wants. She's allowed to eat much more than the shear, just she should break it down into less than the shear every time, and she doesn't become tamei through that. The Rambam actually brings that if she was over and she ate more than the shear, she's still not tamei. The best way to do it is to eat less than a shear. If she could do that, then great. If she can't do it, then she should be over on it. But if possible, typical pregnant women, they could get away with eating less than a shear and not causing much harm.
But what's a filutuba?
She could do it many times over. That pachas mikashir.
Even more than is necessary? I mean, manavshah.
No.
If it's a sakana, then it's not finish. If it's not a sakana anymore, why is it?
This is sakana, but don't go crazy and don't just eat as much as you want. Try to break it down to less than a shear every time, and then wait a few minutes, and then you eat it again less than a shear. Every day chilas pras eat. Let's say day chilas pras is 5 minutes. Every 6 minutes eat less than a shear, less than a kazayis. No, yeah, we're not talking about Yom Kippur. I just said derech hagav. It's brought from the same idea. This woman touched a dead person, a person that touched a dead person. She's a rishon. She's allowed to nurse her kid. Now, what's going on here? Amay tar, kib in the yonak chalav, itmelei mechalav. He's nursing, and the milk is tamei. V'chiteima lo yis kasher. So let's say this milk that he's drinking is not mukhshel kabel tuma. So just real quickly, a very interesting halacha comes out of here. It's not really lemaisa, maybe. Don't take it lemaisa. But if a person takes a lemon and squeezes the lemon into the salad on Shabbos, what did he just do? Did he squeeze liquid into the salad? And the answer is not really. He squeezed food into the salad. He squeezed a lemon. He took a lemon, put it in the salad, even though it was liquid. Why? Because when you go straight from food into food, it's considered a salad. Chidush. So when a baby drinks milk, it goes straight from his mother's body into his mouth. There's no time for it to turn into liquid, so it's oichel. Stam derech hagav. Now, this oichel, I'm just explaining why. Why is it milk usually is a machshir l'kabel tuma? It itself is one of the liquids that's machshir l'kabel tuma. So why do you need a hechshir l'kabel tuma from a liquid? Water doesn't have to be machshir l'kabel tuma. Water is what's machshir l'kabel tuma. The answer is because it's really food at this point. It's salad. It's a food. This food needs to become machshir l'kabel tuma. How does it become machshir l'kabel tuma? What? Not necessarily. No, all milk.
It's a food in liquid form.
Human milk is not milk.
That's what it is.
But it's still liquid. It's still
Food
liquid.
in liquid form.
Yes, it's a food in liquid form. Miskashe betiba meluchleches al pi hadad. Says the Gemara. Every time a baby drinks, he's going to leave over a little milk on his mother's skin. That milk is not food anymore because it's not in his mouth. He didn't drink it. Now that piece of milk, that drop of milk, becomes tamei from the mother, and it becomes mukhshir. It becomes mukhshir. It's just a liquid now sitting there. It's not food anymore. The only thing that's food is what went directly into his mouth. Any milk that drips on the side is not food, is liquid, and liquid is machshir. The other liquids, as they're coming out of the mother, touch that drop, and they all become mukhshir l'kabel tuma.
Why does the baby not become tummy?
Very good kasha. Omar Rav Nachman, Omar Rabba Bavua, Shiyonak b'tkifa achas. The Gemara asks the question, then the baby should become tamei because there's milk on this side, and the milk on this side made everything mukhshel l'kabel tuma. Ememela, the baby should become tamei. We're talking about a situation where he had a powerful nursing thing, and he schlepped into his mouth, and there's no drips on the side. One is more of a balbatish kasha. Every time you look at the baby's mouth, you see it's full of milk. If it's full of milk, it gets everywhere. He's going to leave some on his mother. Unbelievable. When we have, as we're going to see soon, things that come, certain liquids that come out of Anida's body are part of her body. They're considered her body. Like the ziva itself, like blood or spittle, let's say. It's part of her body. So Mamela, the milk is one of in itself with the mother. It's not food that came out and became tamei. It's the mother that came out. It's like her liver just came out. Her liver is tamei. You know what I'm saying? It's mayon. Mayonu. Now Tosfos just points out a beautiful kasha. He says, how could it be mayon? There's no mayon. We're talking about somebody who's tamei from a mace. Rashi's pshat only goes well with somebody who's a nida, as the Gemara brings the Mishnah soon. Fine, that's Tosfos kasha. What? The concept of mayon is we only find, Tosfos says, by ava tuma herself, not somebody that became tummy through something else.
Maybe there's a share to be makshir too.
What shear?
Maybe a drop of milk is not enough to.
I don't know if there's any shear.
About 13
No.
minutes.
Yeah, right there. Exactly. The go to television with them being brought void.
Tiktani.
Void. Become chalev mayon diktani. Chalev isha metama bein l'rotzen and bein shlerotzen. Look, it says mefurish. You don't need, every time we're talking about hechsher tuma, you have to want to put the water on your fruit. If it just came there by itself, it fell, it's not machshel kabbalah. Over here it says shalei l'rotzen, meaning you don't need it to be machshel kabbalah. Why? Because it's part of her body. Bein bein metama l'rotzen. My love shalei l'rotzen. Delay nichalei biktani metama. What does shalei l'rotzen mean? That the baby doesn't want it. And it says even if he doesn't want to eat it, he's still metama. Elam Arav Hainu Tamid the Binotor.
Now we're back with the kasha.
Yeah.
The child should be tummy.
The child should be Tomei. Elam Arav Hainu Tamid the Binotor. The reason why he's not Tomei, we have a svek here. Safek Yonak Yashir, Vesafek Lo Yonak. We don't know if he drank a full revius or a half a pras, if it's food. V'im Timtza Loimar Yonak, Safek Yonko B'achilas Pras, Safek Yonko B'yosem B'achilas Pras. And even if he drank a full amount, I don't know if it was in the allotted time. Typically, Rashi says it's a b'mashu. Fine, ayin Rashi. V'imtim tzeloy me'yonok ulurava mekoim chalav ma'inu v'leitzor chachsher. You tell me that milk is considered a mayon. You don't need a b'machshel kabel tuma v'snan. Hoisha. Now we're talking about a nida. Shenot of chalav midadeo v'nofal avir tan, or one drop.
Even if he didn't drink enough, if it touched him from the side, it becomes tummy. That's what we just said.
No. If it was already tummy, as the milk is coming out, what are you saying? But that's what he's explaining. That's not going to be enough. All that milk that he's drinking that touched the side of the mother, that has to be a shear. He has to drink a chatzi pras of it.
Or it becomes tummy.
Yeah. Here, we're going to see right now. Over here it says, very interesting, this is a Mishnah that says notaf. What does notaf mean? One drop creates tuma in the oven from the avir of the oven. Tanur tummy. Remember that because it's interesting. It says one drip. B'kashilam b'mais kasher. How did that drop become kosher? L'kabel tuma. Omer Rabbi Yochanan b'tipa menuchach b'yadad. It became through the drop of milk that was on the mother.
We
And
take the das of a baby into account.
what?
We say das.
Yeah. Yes, because he's the balabasir. He's the one that's drinking. If he goes like this, he's squirmish. He doesn't want to drink. That means he doesn't want the milk. And that's yes, correct. He's the one that's in charge of the milk today. Now the question is, we just said that a mayon doesn't need hechsher. Over here it says, Rabbi Yochanan says it doesn't need a hechsher. You need a hechsher from the milk that's left on the mother. What's going on here? If you Rava say that it's mayon is part of the mother's body, it doesn't need hechsher tuma. Maybe he's mechulik. There's three categories of liquids when it comes to a zav and a nida. These things that are insignificant, sweat, pus, and waste, if the waste of a zav touches something, doesn't do anything. This is the worst category. Tears, and blood from a wound. This is not the worst. This takes a whole revius you need. Now if you stop right over here real quickly, a second ago we said one drop is enough to be mitama, and over here it says revius, so that the Goyin says when we're talking about tuma to be mitama person, you need a revius. Roikoi, zoivoi, umemi raglov, mitam tuma chamura b'chol shu. Anything that's similar to spit, which gathers in a person's mouth, and if he doesn't spit it out, it becomes absorbed in the body. That's the most chomer, and even b'mashu. V'yamers mokem cholav mayon, cholav nami nitmatmu chamura b'chol shu k'zoiva v'roikoi. Why is it that milk you need a full revius? It should be the same exact as spit, and even a mashu should be metamo el shmamino mekoim chalevisho lav mayonu. Why? because it doesn't go back, it doesn't get absorbed back in the body. If a woman doesn't nurse, the milk doesn't get absorbed in the body. Yochi kashya hamasnisa. And it seems from the mission that you metama with the milk of the mother, even if the baby doesn't like it, what you didn't like, that the baby is about davar, it seems like he's not about davar. Even if he doesn't like the milk, it's still metama, which would seem that it's mayon, it has automatic tuma. So it's also interesting logic that the baby says, I don't like it. Basically, how does the baby talk? By making faces. You know when a baby doesn't want to drink milk. If you know for a fact that the baby doesn't like it, then you're right. But loy l'rotzoin means you didn't say anything. That's not what loy l'rotzoin doesn't mean. He doesn't like it. It just means he didn't say anything. He's parav. No communication. What?
She just says it's talking about the mother's death.
Okay.
That's more understood.
Yeah. Shita, my chavrusa. I just like the lashon over here of the fine. Just to explain the Mishnah, we explained it in the Mishnah. Why do you have to wait around in the Beis Hamikdash? You drink a reviz, and it seems like from the Mishnah you have to wait. Why do you have to wait? It's the shear. How much do you have to drink the wine within what period? You have a pras. I have a quick chart here. It says in the Torah, yayin v'sheicha. Which one is it? Yayin or sheicha? Tanakama says, yayin tells me that if you drink it, you're over isser. And sheicha tells me that if you drink something that makes you drunk, you get misa. This is on a mashu, this is on a shear. Rabbi Yehuda says, yayin tells me that you get the death penalty, but sheicha tells me anything that makes you drunk. Nothing to do with wine. So if I make whatever wine they make in jail, not from wine, they make it from Kereisos. Beer, anything. And Rabbi Lazar says that it has to be, like we said in the Mishnah, that if you put a drop of water into it, it's not a derech shikrus. Or if you break it down, you don't drink it quickly, continuously, then you are potter. What if you drink? It says yain, a drop of wine, maybe you're chayiv misa. Afilu megito, even grape juice. The day you squeezed it, it has to be something that makes you drunk. And also kedei l'shaker. Kama kedei l'shaker, revius yain ben arbaim yom. So you need two conditions. It has to be revius and it has to be 40 days old. If you drink it, you still get an isser. You get malchus, but you won't get misa. Even if you drink grape juice, you get malchus. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, yayin ainli elo yayin. Shar mishakrim minayin. So Rabbi Yehuda learns from sheichar that it includes all liquids. Anything that makes you drunk. Imkein. Yayin. Why does it have the word yayin? Ayayin b'misa v'ashar mashkim b'azor. So he says the word yayin comes to say death. And Sheikha comes to say all other mashkim, even grape juice that makes you shikr, or apple juice that makes you shikr, you're chayiv malchus, you don't get misa.
Must be 40 days old.
No. Rabbi Lezer Omer yayin al teish v'sheichar. He learned that the two go together. That's why in this chart I removed the line here. Yayin v'sheichar together to tell us how do you drink wine? A derech shichrus. Hayim hifsik boy. If you didn't drink it continuously, what's the yisoid of the machlokes? Tanakama Sovig Amrina on Sheikha Menazir. You learn now from Menazir, just like Nazir, it's only wine from grapes, but not from wheat or anything else. Rabbi Yehuda loyal of Sheikha Menazir. Rabbi Lazar Savar, my Sheikha midudu mishaker. It has to be something that makes you drunk. So if you got drunk from a date, b'shasa dvash, or from honey, or chalav, or you got a little tipsy from drinking milk, I guess it could do that on you. V'nichlas lemigdosh v'shimesh loika. Who is the man Omar in this chart over here that says if you eat a date and you get drunk, you drink honey, you get drunk, you're chayiv? It's only Rabbi Yehuda who says kol mashkin, obviously. Kiman Rabbi Yehuda, or Rabbi Yehuda B'Achasoi, Halacha Rabbi Eliezer. The halacha is like Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Lazar. I don't know, over here by me it says Rabbi Eliezer. I don't know what it says by you. V'Korei Rav Alei, the Rabbi Lazar. Here it says, I don't understand. It says Rabbi Eliezer and it says Rabbi Lazar by me. Tovino de Chakimei. Toviano de Chakimei. You are the best of the Chachamim. Says the Gemara, Ma'isa Noira. Ravacha de Hutzol have a Nidra Alot de Vesu. He's mudra enough from his wife. It's one way to do it. So I don't want to benefit from you at all. Also, like I made the Rav Ashi. Now we had Charata, big Charata, so he goes to Rav Ashi. Omelei, Zil, Hoidna, V'tolemacher. Come back tomorrow, I can't pass it now. The Rav Leimuka, Amoira, Alei, Miyoy, Metova, L'chavrei, Mishum Shichrus. On Yontiv, when he drank, he wouldn't give a shir. Amoira means the speaker, the microphone, the speaker, until the next day. Why? Because of Shichrus. Omelei, so Rav Ashi knew, he anticipated this. V'omer Rav, Alochi Rabbi Lazar. You said Rav himself, who didn't darshan until the following day, he says that looks like Rabbi Lazar, who says that if you put water into the wine, you could darshan. This is halach l'maisa, Rabbi Yisai, or at least here. Rabbi Lazar's all halacha is in one revius. If I put a drop of water, I'm mevatel the wine. But what if I drink 2 gallons of wine and I put 1 drop of water? Of course I'm going to be shikker. A normal person in those days, Rav Ashi was drinking a lot of wine. He drank more than a revius. So of course, if you diluted it, it's not enough. He's still shaker. He can't give a shir. So again, Rabbi Lazar's halach is only up to revius. That's it. Torah Abanon. Ulahavdil. In the pasuk, the Torah talks about a kohen going to Beis Hamikdash when he's shaker, and a second later it says, it's good to see the pasuk on the side. If you drink wine, you shouldn't paskin for Klal Yisrael when you're drunk. It's called achukim. So now the Gemara goes into all these words. What does it mean? You shouldn't start assessing the values of different things in the Beis Hamikdash. You're not allowed to paskin when you drink about tuma and tara. Zuhara, you're not allowed to paskin halach l'maisa. Eskol achukim elu midrashois. Asher dibe Hashem zu halacha. We just said you're not allowed to paskin. So what does zu halacha mean? Halacha Moshe Sinai. Biad Moshe. Biad Moshe. The words biad Moshe is the Talmud. Gemara. What does Gemara do? It dissects the Mishnah. You're not allowed to talk in Gemara. Yochel afa Mishnah. Maybe you're not allowed to say Mishnayos. Tamaloymar ula hoirois. Only halacha l'maisa. Mishnah is not really. Now, you can infer from Gemara halachas, but Gemara is not a halacha l'maisa sefer. So Mamela, let somebody infer halacha. I'm just talking and learning. Yes, you're allowed to say a shir. You can learn. You're allowed to say, oh, a sheretz is tamei, or a frog is tar. Every baby, every kid knows that the Rebbe said it's a mefurish pasuk. So if it's a mefurish pasuk, you're allowed to say it over. Actually, it's a little bit problematic with the art scroll. I didn't really see, but they always translate a tzav as a frog, and over here they're saying it's fardei, a frog. Kids, there's 2 types of frogs. We all discussed this. The Gemara just picked the wrong thing, I think. It's not so pasha for us, at least, to say a frog is tar, because sometimes we think a frog is one of the Shemona Shratzim. Omer Rav, halach Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Yehuda, you're allowed to talk in learning in Gemara. So how come Rav didn't say a shir? He's just talking and learning. Shani Rav, the oirei moirei, because he would say halachas in a shir. So let him say a shir without halachas. Anytime he sat down to talk, everybody used to ask him questions on halacha, and he would blurt it out. Mela, he wouldn't say a shir at all. I have a pencil. Have you wondered? No, I don't have a pencil. Sorry.
How'd you go yesterday?